This week on Council Bluffs News, Happy Halloween. Council Bluffs celebrates the weekend of trick-or-treating. See some of the activities across town tying into the holiday. Rock on! The band Gooding comes to the area, holds a concert at Abraham Lincoln High School as part of TS Bank's Financial Literacy Tour. Development Update. We sit down with Community Development Director Don Gross to continue our conversation, this time highlighting the improvements in the downtown area. This is who we are. We spotlight a business that is a proud member of the Weedo Coast brand in this month's Chamber Spotlight. And Virgil Steenbach joins us to talk about the Veterans Day Parade coming up in Council Bluffs. That and more all on this week's Council Bluffs News. Hello and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm Zach Harper Blunt. Pumpkins, costumes, and treats, put those together and what do you get? Halloween. It's one of the few times of the year where we get to eat as much candy as we want to. We visit a couple places this year to give you a look at how people celebrate the holiday. I've got a few words for you. Trick or treat. That's right, it's Halloween time in Council Bluffs. Kids and adults dress in their favorite costumes for the holiday.
Upsilon. Anna. I can't say the name of my mask, but I can remember the name of this thing.
And how excited is everyone?
Really excited.
Friggin' ecstatic. I love Halloween.
Yeah, they're really excited this year. They're old enough now to get more candy than normal.
For some, the candy starts coming in a day early, beginning Friday at the Mall of the Bluffs.
Thank you.
Along with the sweets, kids play games and get their faces painted at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
It's just a nice way to kind of get the kids in the community, but without kind of the free-for-all that's in our neighborhood. So it's kind of controlled and kind of easy access.
And across town, some celebrate All Hallows Eve with a little spookiness thrown in. The Squirrel Cage Jail holds a pair of Halloween events on the weekend. First, haunted tours of the museum being led by only a flashlight.
Last night was insane. Absolutely insane. We ended up on a segment with another TV station, and that really drove in a lot of people that we never expected. We had 147 people in 3 hours, which for us is incredible and amazing, and it was a lot of fun.
Then on Saturday, the spookiness is optional. The second floor remains geared towards the older audience, while the main floor is tuned down a bit, allowing youngsters to trick-or-treat at the museum.
Well, the kids have been having a blast. Get to go through, get all their candy, get to see all the cool stuff and the pumpkins and the clowns and everything.
And if you need a reminder on why Halloween is a favorite of many, well,
man, it's all about the candy. Halloween is the best holiday ever because everybody's giving you candy. So as far as that goes, they're happy when they leave here.
And the fun doesn't just stop there. In news around the Bluffs, we take a look at other festivities taking place over the Halloween weekend, starting off at the campus of Iowa Western. Thursday, October 29th, the second annual Haunted Reaver Bus takes place. Various activities are on hand like cookie decorating and a pumpkin patch. The event provides a good time for the kids and for those helping out.
Oh, I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a good atmosphere. I think the students bring a really fun vibe to it. They want to be here and they're having fun interacting with the kids that have come in so far.
Once the 2-hour event is over, the Iowa Western Wrestling Team holds its second annual Wrestle-Offs, offering free admission for attendees. The Southwest Iowa Leadership Academy holds a night of Halloween fun and also a fundraising opportunity. Friday, October 30th, the Monster Mash Family Halloween Bash takes place at Lewis Central Middle School. The event was originally scheduled to be outside, but moved indoors due to rain. The weather, however, not an issue for attendees. They're still able to enjoy a variety of games and a costume contest.
We're trying to think of ways to make money for leadership, and they decided that it's Halloween time. Everybody loves Halloween. They thought it would be fun to do something for people to come to, and so we could help raise money.
Anna also tells us that there may be more fundraisers for the organization before the end of the school year. And wrapping up news around the Bluffs, while most offer trick-or-treating opportunities, one business offers something different for the holiday. Saturday, October 31st, Thunderbolt and McCoy's Lounge host Trick or Treat at the Thunderbolt. Over the 7-hour event, attendees receive a free $5 game card for bowling, and at McCoy's Lounge, kids are able to eat for free. The event is just one of several that the business is looking to host on the holidays.
All the holidays be looking for something different. We're coming up with new ideas all the time. Again, you know, this is really a family entertainment place, so we want to provide a fun, safe place for families to come.
Thunderbolt and McCoy's Lounge are already planning to host an event on New Year's Eve to help bring in 2016. Coming up on Council Bluffs News, Development Update. We continue our conversation with Community Development Director Don Gross, this time highlighting the improvements taking place in the downtown area. This is who we are. We visit Gady Insurance, highlighting them in this month's Chamber Spotlight. And Virgil Steenbach joins us to talk about the Veterans Day Parade in Council Bluffs. We'll be right back.
Everybody's invited that wants to come visit us. We're providing spaghetti.
The Mid-America Center is the Heartland's premier entertainment and convention center. September 27th, Papa Roach and headliner Five Finger Death Punch rock Council Bluffs. Then rock opera takes the stage with the return of TSO November 18th. Over at the Convention Center, over 200 exhibitors are on hand at the Callahan Craft Show. And October 18th, vendors aspire to inspire at the Wedding Essentials Idea Show. Remember, the MAC offers free parking for all events. Tickets, information, and more at midamericacenter.com.
Create new opportunities and expand your knowledge with Iowa Western's continuing and career education.
It was really intimidating to go back to school, but Iowa Western made me really feel like I could do it.
Our goal is to help students achieve success from education to employment.
Learn more, including information on extra benefits for Iowa residents at iwcc.edu/continuing_education.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Hello and welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm Zach Harper Blunt, joined in studio by Virgil Steenbach, the commander at the American Legion Post 2 here in Council Bluffs. Virgil, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
This weekend is Veterans Day weekend, and here in Council Bluffs, the Veterans Day Parade is going on. Can you talk about a little about what's going on all with that?
We've been planning it for the last year, and which we try to do every year because there's so many details that go with it. But we have approximately 70 entries entered at this point in time. We'll take them up until the last day, like the 5th or the 6th of November, and fit them into the parade. After the parade, at the parade we have basically 5 grand marshals. One would be representing General Dodge and his 100th year of being gone, which will be pulled by an old horse carriage. I don't know what they call them, but and then we have a World War II veteran who is going to be represent the World War II vets, which was on the battleship or the carrier Bunker Hill, which was bombed by 2 kamikaze pilots.
Oh, really?
They lost 500 men at that time. So that's an interesting story. And then we have a Korean veteran, Vietnam veteran, and a veteran representing the Iraq-Afghanistan wars.
And then once the parade is over with, there's a spaghetti dinner going on, correct?
Correct. We're calling it the Veteran Celebration after the parade. And everybody's invited that wants to come visit us. We're providing spaghetti. You can sit around and visit with different vets or with your family And we have door prizes that we've been collecting through the community, and a lot of businesses have been assisting us with that, and we're just going to have some door prizes and that type of thing.
And then Virgil, real quickly before we have to go, what's the importance of kind of Veterans Day parades, and also what Veterans Day means for people like you who are veterans of the military?
It means a lot to all the veterans because that way they know the community was behind them, and the time they served, be it in country in a conflict, or being service orientated to supply those during those war times. But it means a lot for the community to support the vets. And there's like 7,000 vets in the Council Bluffs area, and there's probably about 10% belong to some military organization. And we would like to invite all those vets to join us at the parade. And as we walk down, there's going to be a group walk, and they'll hold a sign that says, "Come join us and walk with us if you're a vet."
All right, Virgil, thank you for joining us in studio today.
My pleasure.
Stay tuned. More Council Bluffs news coming up right after the break.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
At Council Plus Savings Bank, you still get personalized customer service.
We have identity-safe checking with LifeLock, identity theft protection.
You get personal mortgage lending to fit your needs now and in the future.
You get business banking with the latest technology, because saving you time saves you money.
At Council Bluffs Savings Bank, you get people who answer when you call and local employees who are actively involved in our community. Council Bluffs Savings Bank, hometown banking the way it used to be.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
High school students of the Council Bluffs School District have been receiving an education in financial literacy, or what it means to be financially responsible. However, it's not only teachers taking time to educate these future borrowers and spenders, it's also a local bank and a touring rock band. IWTV student Josh Lamb has more.
For most teens, being wise with your money means refraining from excess spending.
I feel like I am very financially responsible with the money that I do have.
But it's the world of credit cards, predatory lending, and high-interest borrowing that many see as a real threat.
I think financial literacy is absolutely undervalued.
And to grab the attention and stress the importance of the subject, a rock band. Friday, October 30th at AL High School, TS Bank and touring rock band Gooding spend the afternoon presenting information and putting on a concert for the student body.
We found this to be kind of a common denominator for many other problems that people run into. When you get in trouble with money early, it sort of leads to all these other things.
The event is the result of a collaboration between CB Schools and TS Bank.
We are partnering with the Council Bluffs School District and Mrs. Deb Goodman. She presented the idea to us about a year ago. We reached out to Gooding to see if they would be willing to come to our area.
The band tours the United States sharing their love of music and concerns for the future.
Gooding talks about how you have all of these athletes and stars and people who are making millions of dollars, and in the end, nothing.
When you get in trouble with money early, it sort of leads to all these other things.
In an interactive performance that jumps between a concert and a Q&A, students aren't the only ones listening as the band hears their concerns.
It's a really kind of unique way in which they do this because they do it in a very non-traditional manner.
Financial planning may not normally be on the minds of young people, but bringing awareness to it is a major step forward.
As a teenager, I've never actually thought about, the future.
If they can start thinking as freshmen that they've got to start a savings account and they've got to start putting money in for that education, it's a win.
Although the event focuses on the youth, being financially responsible should be practiced by everyone. While many Americans fall deep into debt every day, many can climb out or prevent it with just a little education.
I really do believe if people had more of an understanding, especially younger, about money, not only they would do better, I think the country would do better.
For CBTV 17, I'm Josh Lamb.
Along with many free budgeting apps, most banks will work with their clients free of charge to help set up a plan to get out of debt. For more information or to check how financially literate you are, go to mymoney.gov, and more information on the band Gooding at goodingmusic.com. A ribbon cutting is held at Sapp Brothers on Wednesday, October 28th. The stop officially opens its CNG pumps. CNG stands for compressed natural gas, a form of fuel that can be used in place of diesel or regular gasoline, having uses from cars to large trucks as long as a biofuel vehicle can run on it. According to Mike Holscher, a managing member of Sturk CNG, the location of these pumps in Council Bluffs has been in the works for quite some time.
Council Bluffs is one of the main locations that we wanted to look at for compressed natural gas because of the vicinity, the access to the interstate, and the Sapp Brothers station itself.
Shannon Meister of the Council Bluffs Recycling Center tells us her department currently has one vehicle that runs on CNG. Red River Waste Management, who's contracted to handle waste services throughout the city, has 3 vehicles that currently run on CNG. Both organizations will now use this site to fuel up instead of having to go to Omaha. The plan for Red River is to have all vehicles capable of running on CNG by 2016. The Iowa Tourism Office and Travel Federation of Iowa has named Pottawatomie County Conservation Board member Cindy Thompson as the Outstanding Individual Leader for 2015 at the Iowa Tourism Awards. Thompson serves on numerous councils in the area, is the president for a 5-county tourism group, Western Iowa Tourism Region, and vice president of the Council Bluffs Visitors and Convention Bureau Board of Directors. Last week, we sat down with Community Development Director Don Gross, highlighting of what's to come on West Broadway. We continue that conversation this week, shifting the attention to the downtown area, in this week's Development Update.
Hello, my name is Don Gross, Community Development Director for the City of Council Bluffs. As far as downtown, what we have, about a month ago, we had the open house for 125 Broadway. I believe they are now renting apartments and seeking tenants for the commercial space. We are continuing to have discussions with the same developers to do kind of the second phase of that at the corner of First and Broadway. Those buildings, to my understanding, will be demolished here shortly by the owner. And we're looking at kind of a similar product, not as big as 125, but something very similar at that location. And it looks promising. I think we've figured out how to make it go. Obviously, TS Bank is under construction at North Main in Canesville, and the county's busy constructing the Veterans Building. I see the Y has also started some demolition work. I think they found some additional site work that they need to deal with on that old hospital site, but that's moving ahead. I see Centris did their demolition. They've got their footings in the ground, so they should be well positioned to get that enclosed and finish the building through the winter. So that's kind of the extent of what I know of going on downtown.
Still to come on Council Bluffs News, this is who we are. We spotlight Gady Insurance as a proud member of the Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce. And we take a trip to the Midlands Humane Society for our Pets of the Week, to meet some animals that are looking for a good home. Also, a member of Iowa Western's Media Studies program steps in to give us a look at this week's events calendar.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
The We Don't Coast brand is a celebration of who we are, where we are, and how we operate. It belongs to the 30-plus communities who make up the greater Omaha area, including Council Bluffs. The Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce is proud to help push this regional campaign. Here's a look at one of its many members.
I'm Jay Sims with Gady Insurance, and I'm part owner and agent of our office in Council Bluffs, and this is who we are. Gady Insurance is about 30 years old. We've been in Southwest Iowa since the mid-'80s, and we have offices in Council Bluffs, Atlantic, Iowa, and Griswold, Iowa. We offer services for home, auto, business, farm, crop, life, and health. My stepdad started it part-time. He was a teacher in Griswold, Iowa, and needed some extra income, so he bought a small agency in Griswold, and after a few years of doing it part-time, started to jump right in and do it full-time, and took off ever since. We really believe in helping people out versus insuring people. Okay, we have options here. We have choice, and that's why our customers like us. We have 15 different companies that we can pull prices from, whether it's based on home insurance, auto insurance, what have you, and we pick the best price with the best coverages for our customers. We really work for the customer. So we have 4 people here, 2 part-time, and then there's 2 of us full-time. In Griswold, which is our home office, we have 5 people there, and in our Atlantic office, we have 3 people there. Our future, we feel, looks pretty bright. I don't know if we'll ever add any more offices versus our 3 locations. I would hope to see us grow more in this community. We've only been open here for about 9 years, so I hope to be open, you know, forever here. But our growth is really in Council Bluffs. We do business in Omaha as well, so in the future I see us growing over there, maybe opening an office there in the future, but I don't know, only time will tell. But Our future, I think, is really in Council Bluffs and Southwest Iowa, where we've been strong for the last 30 years.
Gady Insurance is a proud member of the Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce. We don't coast, we take care of business.
Hello and welcome into Pets of the Week. I'm Terry Gatch Mills with Midlands Humane Society, and I have Angel with me here today. She's between 5 and 6 years old. She was an owner surrender. She came from a very abusive situation. So she's very timid at first, but she's a great dog. She's very active. She likes to go on walks, and she will need regular grooming because she is a chow chow, and she's got amazing fur. And her file number is 9470. Our next girl we have here is Zoe. She's file number 14410, and she is sister to the last chow chow that we had. Zoe is a little bit more fearful. She came from an abusive situation as well. So we're working through her fears right now. We just try to be real gentle with her. She would love a big yard with a loving home. Again, Zoe's file number is 14410. We have a little critter named Oreo. He's a black and white rabbit. He's a male, just under 2 years old, and his file number is 17983. He's a great pet. He's an easy keeper. He loves to be brushed. He loves to lay in your lap and loves to be petted. Again, his file number is 17983. This sweet little kitten's name is Willie, and his file number is 17814. He was brought in as a stray, but he's a very sweet cat, very loving, and very curious. If you're interested in any of the animals that you've seen on today, please come down to 1020 Railroad Avenue in Council Bluffs to Midlands Humane Society.
Hello, I'm Colin Bourne with this week's community calendar. The center will host the 18th annual Veterans Luncheon on Friday, November 6th. Starting at 11, there will be food and entertainment, as well as Remember Our Fallen display for Iowa. Quilts of Honor and Quilt of Valor are on display. The cost is $6 per person and veterans are free. More details are available at cbcenter.org. Thursday, November 12th, the Council Bluffs Public Library will host a homebrew program. From 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., Francis Sobetsky will cover the timeline, procedures, equipment, and ingredients needed to make homemade beer. More information is available at councilbluffslibrary.org. And Comedy Night Live returns to the Lighthouse Lounge Thursday, November 19th. National headliner Mighty Drew Dog will be performing, featuring blue-collar comedy. Tickets are $10 in advance or $15 on the day of the show, and they can be purchased at the Lighthouse Lounge. I'm Colin Bourne, and this was this week's Community Calendar.
Thanks for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. CBTV is always looking for your feedback. You can send questions or comments to cbtv@iwcc.edu, call 712-325-3312, or you can find us on social media. We're on both Facebook and Twitter. Just search CBTV17. Remember to keep it here for the latest scores and updates for local sports in your community by tuning in to the Bluff Sports Zone with JJ Davis. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Zach Harper Blunt.